Hello and welcome. I am Maddie Kuhn. I am one of the Homemade Method nutritionists and lead coaches here. And I'm joined today by Donna. She is here to tell us a little bit about her story and all the success she's had in our program and hopefully inspire you guys to get on board and feel your best because that is exactly what Donna is doing. So thank you so much for joining us, Donna.
You're
She
welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you've been with us since almost a year now. We're like
hmm
just 1 month shy of celebrating a little year anniversary for you. And so I just want to dive in a little bit into your story. I'd love for you to share with us what your health issues were prior to joining Homemade Method and what you were doing to try to navigate them.
Absolutely. Well, I'd been struggling with my weight, blood pressure for many years, and I worked in healthcare. I'm a writer, but I worked in healthcare, and my doctor's office was right next door, so I could not escape it. I knew everything that I should be doing because I had written about the diabetes prevention program and gone through the program actually, and it wasn't internalizing for me. Yes, I knew what I should be doing, but putting it into practice wasn't something that was helpful me. And my doctor wanted me to lose 10 pounds in weight. My blood pressure still wasn't coming down. And he's like, I know you got a high stress job. That's not going to change. So you have to change something. And it just wasn't happening. So eventually I left that position, and I still was on the blood pressure medicine and high cholesterol medicine. I was on the lowest dosages, but then I went for blood work, and my doctor was put me on metformin because my A1C had jumped back up again. And like I said, I knew what I should be doing. I knew what I was supposed to do, but putting it into action just wasn't working for me. And I talked with him, and I started the main method. And I have to admit, I'm not 100% on the homemade method. It's not that my mind isn't there, it's just life happens. But
Yeah.
one thing I personally, for me, what worked, what is has been working is adding the smoothies or oatmeal for breakfast because I never ate breakfast in the past. And
Ah,
yes, never. I rarely. And if I did, it probably wasn't the best option that I was eating. And so I lost that 10 pounds that he had always been wanting me to lose. My cholesterol came down, my blood pressure came down, my A1C came down, my my iron levels also came down, but that's a whole different thing. And I'm now at this point, I'm not taking any medications except for an iron supplement, which is I know, we don't really like supplements, but I'm still low even with supplements. But we're working on that. That's a whole nother issue. But yeah, so even just implementing a portion of it and cooking one or two meals here and there has really made a difference.
yes.
I went back to my doctor, and came into the room, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I actually showed him the homemade method on my phone. I was like, "Well, this is what I'm doing." It's like they give me a plan so I know what to make, as opposed to just, yes, here you do this and you do that. I needed that structure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't necessarily do the whole plan each week, but I can pick and choose. And I love the crackers, the flaxseed crackers.
Ooh,
I've probably made them
cheese
several times.
crackers. Yes.
Most recently, I added fig to it because I wanted that touch of sweetness. And
Um,
so I've replaced a lot of the snacks that I was eating and stuff like
that's
that.
amazing.
So,
That's so amazing. Well, first and foremost, amazing progress. I
mhm.
love to hear this. Like, you are proof that you don't need to be perfect and like 100% eating homemade method recipes all the time in order to see results, right? You made a few small
Mhm.
tweaks. One of them was starting to eat a very nourishing breakfast first thing in the morning. And that not only helps give you gorgeous fiber, incredible antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids,
Mhm.
all this beautiful, nourishing food first thing in the morning that helps balance your blood sugars all day and make you feel better throughout the day. When you replace like either no breakfast at all or something that is lacking fiber and nutrients for breakfast, like let's say like a processed store-bought
Mhm.
muffin or something, or like a bagel and cream cheese and that's it. When you replace that with something that's like packed full of berries and yogurt and nuts and seeds or greens, whatever you have it, in one of our smoothies, you're just getting, it's like a powerhouse of nutrients. And that makes such a difference. You can see it's just like that's one of the small changes you've made, and
Mhm.
you've made such strides in your health. So I'm so proud of you. I also love that like you use the structure in a way that works for you. You're
Mhm.
super busy, right? Your job's not going to change right now. You're working like
No,
five
they
hour,
keep me busy.
busy job, but you do set aside some time to make like, a few meals a week, and that's making a difference. Your
I,
results
I've
are proof.
I've fallen in love with the sheet pan meals. They're
Yes.
so easy,
Yeah.
and my other half he's like, that was good. I really enjoyed that. I hate to tell
Oh,
him it's healthy, but he said, "Is that one of your recipes from?" I mean, he has an issue keeping weight on, so but it's the nutrition is the key. So
yes, of course. I mean, either way you slice it, even if trying to keep weight on is an issue, our recipes are giving all the nutrients that you need in order to get to your optimum weight. So
mhm.
that is awesome. Let's talk about your results. So you've lost
Okay.
that super stubborn 10 pounds that your doctor has been hounding you for 8 years to lose.
Yes.
Amazing. You've
I've
brought
still
down,
plateaued there, but it'll work. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on how I feel and being healthy. So,
yeah. You know what? Almost everyone plateaus after they lose 10 pounds, and how long you plateau kind of depends on your body, your
mhm.
own individuality, but also like if you make one small tweak, sometimes like another small tweak that can be like the catalyst that helps you go to the next level. Or if you honestly just keep up what you've been doing, you'll get past it eventually. It's just every single person I have ever interviewed that's been in a program loses 10 pounds and then plateaus, and that is just the way it goes. Um, and so I have faith that you'll get past it
Yeah.
100%. And I love that your focus is on healing your body, because you've done other amazing things like brought down your cholesterol, your
Mhm.
total cholesterol by 50 points, which is huge, and brought down your LDL cholesterol by 39 points, which is also amazing, right? You've brought down your A1C by nearly a whole point, and you have normal blood pressure for the first time in 10 years.
Yes, I literally when I was in the doctor's office and it was 119 over 79, and my jaw literally dropped
Oh
because
my
I hadn't
God.
been in the past. I hadn't been below 141 over 80 something, even when on medication.
Yeah.
And I literally dropped my jaw, and the nurse was like, "I'm trying to take your temperature." So, but yeah, I was really pleased with that. So was my doctor. So
Awesome. I'm so proud of you. You've also been able to get off some medication, right? You were on
yes,
metformin, and were you on blood pressure medication as well?
I was like,
You don't have to remember what kind. That's fine.
yeah, I can't pronounce the drugs, and so when I can't
Yeah.
pronounce something, I can't remember them. But I
Yeah,
was on the
but you don't have
lowest
to anymore.
dosages. I was on the lowest dosages
Yeah.
for blood pressure and for high cholesterol. And for me, what was happening is I could see things were going the wrong direction. I didn't want to be on medication to begin with. And my doctor's like, it's that time. You need to be on the medication. And then that's when I was coming across the HMM. And I was like, well, maybe this will work. I've tried some of the other programs in the past. I won't mention names.
That's okay.
And it's like way too much work trying to figure out what they want you to do. And
Yes.
for me, the key with this was not only do you give the recipes, but it's those videos.
Yeah, the mindset piece. Oh, I'm so happy you brought that up
The
because
videos,
it's
the
vital.
mindset piece, and also the videos on how to cook this, because some of these ingredients I've never even heard of, never mind try to cook with. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, how do I deal with this?
Yeah.
Because if I chop this product up, okay, how? and then you see those videos, it's like, oh, it's light bulb moments go off. I think one of the very first meals I made was the eggplant parmesan.
Oh, wow.
And in my mind, I didn't like Parmesan cheese because all I'd ever been exposed to is the store-bought shake it in a bottle over your spaghetti type, and I can't stand the smell of it and didn't like it, and I thought I just didn't like that cheese. But I committed, I was like, the first time I try a recipe, I'm going to do it the way it says, and I'm going to buy real ingredients. And I had never eaten eggplant, and I
Wow.
was like, how do I slice this? And
Yeah.
I love that meal so much. I've made it several times now. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's
so
incredible. I'm really proud of you for kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and giving something new a try.
I will admit there's been a couple that I'm like, nope, don't like that. So,
That's
but
okay. Yeah.
I the first time I make anything, I follow the recipe and then I'll adjust from there. So,
Yeah. That's amazing. So you're trusting the process, you're listening to your body about what works for you and your taste buds, and then you adjust, you shift from there. That's
mhm,
so commendable. It's such a huge part of learning how to stay on a path that's going to work for you long term because we don't want you eating food that you don't like. That's not the point of this.
right.
Food is supposed to be delicious and enjoyable, and it's also there to nourish you. So like that should be hand in hand. And I don't ever want you like to be gulping down something that you're like, oh, gagging on, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not the point. So I love, love, love that you're experimenting with new flavors, but also keeping in mind like I really love this and I'm gonna keep cooking on this
Mhm.
like on a weekly basis or like every couple weeks. And this didn't work out, so move on. And that's so fantastic. I'm really
It's
proud of you.
it's
How
funny,
are
the
you?
very first week plan that I had, the green machine smoothie was the smoothie for that week, and it's still one of my favorite go-tos. And
Yes.
I grew up thinking I hated all vegetables, but and that's got 2 handfuls of spinach in it. And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna trust it. I would never touch this or anything green in the past, but, yeah, I love that smoothie, so it's my
That's
go-to, so
incredible. You grew up hating vegetables and you're drinking a green smoothie most mornings now. That is monumental change. And like, how have your taste buds shifted?
Well, honestly, most processed stuff I can't eat anymore because it's too sweet. I
Wow.
certainly can't like I've switched to obviously the plain Greek yogurt for most things, and I add my own fruit. And one day I was out and about and I really needed something, and so I went in the store and I got a flavored yogurt. I couldn't eat it. It was just way too sweet and it just didn't taste real. And it's supposed to be an all natural product, and it just didn't feel that way to me anymore. So, I'm
Wow.
sorry, excuse my dog.
Oh, you're fine. I couldn't even hear it. That is incredible how much your taste buds have shifted. This is something we see a lot, like especially like initially when people first really change what they're eating towards more no more whole natural foods is just like real flavors and whole foods just pop. And then you go back to trying eating some of the more
Mhm.
processed, maybe junk foods, and you realize like, oh my gosh, this is a totally different, like this is a different thing now, and I don't really enjoy it. Like I don't even want that. And so for anyone watching this that feels like, oh my gosh, I could never give up, this thing that I love, whether it's a donut or a treat here or there, something that they know maybe isn't as good for them. It doesn't taste the same and it's not as enjoyable once you start eating whole natural foods. So there is hope for you yet.
It's
Um,
funny you brought up donuts, and I was one of those people that I could not pass a donut. Well, a certain type of donut. And I could eat a whole box of them over the course of a day. I just could not say no. They don't even look appealing to me anymore.
what?
And it blows my mind. Every once in a while, I'll try to eat one, and I'm like, no, I'm just not feeling it. So,
That's incredible. Wow. Well, so how is this playing into your mindset when you have tried dieting before and like
mhm.
how do you feel your mindset is now when you think about eating and like the habits that you have?
Well, I think a lot of it was in the past, I always felt like it was a chore.
Yeah.
Any of the, and I haven't tried a whole lot of the different diets. It was only in the past 5 years or so that I really started trying. And I'm sorry, can you hear my dog?
No,
Sorry.
you're good.
Okay.
You're totally good.
So it's only in the past 5 years or so that I really started trying to pay attention to getting, but it was just way too much work.
Yeah.
Because if I have to think about it and plan it and all the rest of it, it is just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But one thing with this, I know that the plan is already there. I can download the shopping list and mark off everything I've got and just go and just trust it. And that has been game changer for me. And one of the mindsets was really thinking about looking at food differently. It's like, this is the nutrition I need to stay healthy instead of just I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So it's really thinking about why you're hungry and what I need out of that meal, as
Yes.
opposed to I just want my taste buds to enjoy it.
Yeah. Or like convenience, right? Or I'm hungry,
Well,
so I need to eat
yeah,
something right now.
I've done convenience my entire adult life,
Yeah.
and my health was showing that.
Yeah.
So it's a little less convenient, but I'm starting to actually enjoy cooking, which is something I never really enjoyed before. But
Wow.
I actually joined the live version of the knife skills video. I did that
Yes.
one live, and that made such a difference to my mindset in approaching prep work. Just knowing that I now had the skill to actually prep quickly, it made a huge difference. I enjoy the prep work now because it's like, yes, I've got it exact, or it's like passing the finish line of a race.
Yeah, you're
The,
taking
the
pride in
same
what you're
sort of,
doing.
yeah, it's kind of like that same feeling if you pass the finish line on a race that you didn't think you would even complete.
Yeah.
And I know that's a weird thing to relate it to, but that's how I
True.
feel when I chop up an onion without crying.
Yeah, well, you feel accomplished. You feel like you're doing something that's really nice for yourself because you are.
Hmm.
And you're finally starting to like take care of your body and reap the benefits, right? We only have one body. This is all we got. And so learning how to take care of it and feel just like feel how good you can feel.
Hmm.
Feel feel what it feels like to thrive and feel what it feels like to not be so concerned about like, oh my gosh, next time I
Hmm.
go to the doctor, I'm so worried about what my blood pressure might be, or I'm so worried because I know I haven't been taking care of myself. Like that's the opposite
Right.
for you right now. You're like, I've been putting in the time and effort. And although like, right, you're busy, you're a busy gal, you've got a lot going on, but the small, the small areas that
Hmm.
you're able to put in like make a huge difference. And um it really there are ways to always fit it in. If you have to eat. So so
And
you have to slow down just a little bit just to put in that effort, that little bit of effort, and it pays off so much. And your story is exactly one of the reasons we like to do this. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is doable. You
yeah,
you can get there.
there's
And
still days where I fall back into old habits and I'm like, well, I just feel like I want that today, and
yeah,
like a fast food. And I get it, and it's like, I'm not really enjoying it the way I used to. Yes, I'm enjoying it, but not like I used to. But I also noticed that I don't feel quite as good
yeah.
after I eat those meals. I always feel just a little off. And I the mindset of being aware of that has made such a huge difference, where in the past I didn't make connections between what I was eating and how I was feeling, be it
Wow.
the next day or even just an hour later. But
Yeah.
now I feel that connection, and I've got that in my mind. If I do eat something that I know I'm probably not going to feel as good later, is it worth it? So,
Yes. Yes. Well, first and foremost, I love that you're not guilt tripping yourself into like a spiral of like, you eat something that like, you're like, I want this
Yeah.
treat, and you eat it and then don't like spiral out. I feel like that is something that happens a lot when people are dieting. They'll be like, I'm gonna be naughty, and they try it and like, I was like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I just ruined today or whatever. And here we are not about that. Like, if you want that treat,
Right.
go for it. Like, your next chance to eat better or something that is going to help make you feel better is your next meal, and it's no biggie. Um, so I'm glad that you also are starting to create that connection of what I put into my body affects the way that I feel, because it's so true. It's deeply connected to your digestion, right? Which is kind of a no-brainer, but also energy
Mhm.
level. Um, how, what you're craving later, your mental clarity, your ability to show
Yes.
up for whatever, maybe it's your job, maybe it's the people you live with, your loved ones. If you don't have that energy and mental clarity, oh my gosh, I have something stuck in my eyelashes. Woo. If you don't have that mental clarity, you're not able to like truly be yourself. It also helps you sleep better, helps you feel
Yep.
bloated, and so you feel more confident in your skin. It's just like it's everything.
Yeah, it's like a complete package. And what I like about this program is if I do want to eat something that's not part of the program, other programs, it's like, oh, no, 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 you stay away from that or you're off track. It's like, no, I'm not off track. It's built in that if I want to have something, it's okay.
Yeah,
You know, is it going to derail me completely? No, it's just I'm aware that this isn't something I should be eating every day, and I'm more mindful of, like I said, how it makes me feel a little later,
yeah,
and whether it was worth the taste bud appeasement or not. But I have had more energy, feel better in general, and just, you know, even my dog benefits from it because I'm more likely to go out for a walk every time he asks for one, and he asks for one a lot.
well, that's
So,
wonderful. That's mutually beneficial, right?
mhm.
You get to
Yes, he
spend
still
some.
needs to lose 10 pounds himself. So,
I love it. Well, you're both on your way, especially if you're getting outside and more movement. It's been a wonderful time getting to know you, Donna, and I'm so grateful for you for sharing your story with us. Is there anything else you want to share before we close this interview out?
I just wish I had found this a little earlier, but I don't think maybe I was in the right mindset earlier either.
Yeah,
What caught my eye on this program was the fact that it was geared for women over 50 struggling with the very things that I was struggling with,
yeah,
as opposed to a program that's a generic one program fits all, because it doesn't.
yeah.
And this for me has worked. And even though I'm
Yes.
not 100% on it all the time. So,
That's okay. Me neither. It's okay.
so
We don't have to be. Ah, well, Donna, it's been such a pleasure. I'm so grateful for your time and energy. I hope that this story helps inspire folks to just, give it their best shot. Maybe all they do right now is change their breakfast, and that's something that gets the ball rolling and helps them see amazing results just like yours.
that's where I started.
Yes, exactly. All right.